Well, The Household Guide to Dying is my third novel, and it's the first novel that I've had published overseas, and it's certainly the first novel to have generated such enormous interest, not just in the UK but around the world. The title obviously suggests that it has something to do with death and dying, and I won't resist that at all, but to me the book is actually about poetry and language more than anything. It's so much about the narrator's quest to find the right words to express the inexpressible, and obviously death and dying to her is something scary and confronting, as indeed it is to me and probably to most of us. And the novel commences with her trying to find the right words to describe how she's feeling, and at one point in the novel she countenances the fact that the word dying isn't appropriate, because although she knows she's dying from cancer, and that's clear right from the start of the novel, from the first page, I'm not giving anything away there, she feels quite well, and she's able to do things, she's able to get out and about, and indeed she's able to write the last book, which is A Household Guide to Dying, the last in a series of household guide books, which has been her career, if you like. And she feels that dying isn't actually the right word, because she doesn't feel like she's dying, and so partly her quest in the novel is to find a way to express what she's feeling and what she's experiencing in these final months of her life, and she tries to solve that problem by looking to poetry and looking to the poets, and she decides that actually it's the poets who manage to get it right, if anyone gets it right. So that's why I say, to me, the novel isn't about death and dying at all. It's really about language. But a novel is about so many things, and it works on lots of levels. So it's about chickens, and it's about lawn mowing, it's about gardening, it's about cooking, it's about tidying your house and dealing with all the unfinished business in your life that you might want to do before you die. I don't think I would have been at all interested in writing a really serious book about death and dying, and I couldn't have written it after a certain point in my life, because my son was diagnosed with leukemia when I was halfway through writing this novel, which meant I literally couldn't look at it, and I thought, that's it, how can I continue to write a comic novel about a woman dying of cancer when my own son is suffering from cancer? So I literally didn't look at it for a year, and I felt quite scared about going back to it. And then I thought, well, I can't go on with it. Obviously it's impossible. And then I thought, well, I can't make the decision to abandon the novel unless I at least look at it. So finally one day I went back to it and looked at it and thought, I think I can keep writing this. And it was just a little part of the novel that I looked at that I wanted to keep continuing with. And obviously it helped that my son was better and recovered and was leading a normal life. And if in fact that hadn't happened, I would never have finished this novel. I don't expect that people who are or have been touched by death and dying will necessarily relate to it. But I guess if I have any expectations in that area, I would think that people who have to confront death and dying might read it and think, I can have a little bit of a joke about the topic. I can sort of free myself up and have a more comical, relaxed attitude towards it. And indeed, a few people who've read the book have come up to me at literary events and said exactly that. So that's been enormously gratifying, obviously.